We've got the Milwaukee Bucks and the Denver Nuggets. It's the NBA, and it's live right here on 2K Sports. This is Kevin Harlan courtside with Greg Anthony and Clark Kellogg, and our reporter tonight on the sideline, David Aldridge. Now let's send it down to David Aldridge, standing by from the sidelines. David?
Well, guys, Paul Millsap has become one of the best NBA big men when it comes to getting steals. Millsap says when you're 6'8" going up against guys that are 7 feet, you're not going to be able to block their shot every time. So you try to get it down low when they bring it down. It's all about being smart and using what you have. Kevin?
Thank you, D.A. And Millsap is as crafty as it gets on defense, one of the most underrated players in the game. Clark, tonight in this matchup, young teams, not a lot of experience, and there are tough things for these young players to pick up as they make their journey, I know, through the NBA.
You're really right on top of it there, Kevin, because young players tend to be more emotional, and that doesn't always serve you well. Being poised and calm and confident is what you see from veteran players. Understanding game situations and having the presence of mind to be aware in all situations is part of what sometimes isn't prevalent with young players.
Here are the starters for Milwaukee. All the big bucks up front. Giannis, Parker, and Maker. Brogdon and Middleton are the guard tandem. And Greg, when Jabari Parker is healthy, he has shown that he can be a go-to scorer in this league.
Parker reminds me a bit of how Carmelo Anthony looked at the same age. His ability to just blow by defenders is going to always be something he can lean on. Just fantastic with how efficient he is at this age.
The first one falls.
Well, I tell you what, he is a deceptive athlete. When you look at Jabari Parker, he does a lot of things easily from an athletic standpoint. He's stronger than he looks, has much bounce and agility. Man, I love this guy's upside. Just hope he can stay healthy.
And Parker drops them both. And for Parker, it seems that everything he does on the floor is slightly deceptive. Moves smoothly, Clark, but covers a ton of ground with his steps.
Yeah, despite his size, he's got a gracefulness that belies his size. He's smooth and effortless in all that he does. A lot of players matched up on him just get overwhelmed by his explosiveness. And his skill set is right on par with his athleticism. That's a dangerous combo.
Now, here's Brogdon. Following the miss by Jokic. They set the pick. Clock at 6. Parker against Millsap. Parker's shot is off.
And he's just a tough defender. Good positioning to get after that shot.
Did a good job guarding the mid-range, extended out nicely, and definitely bothered the shot.
Here's Middleton. Denver grabs the miss.
And low percentage look on that one. Not sure what he was thinking.
I agree with you. Not a good shot, not good offense. They can get a much better look than that, but they're going to need to be patient to do so.
And he's fouled on the shot. One free throw coming up. It's going to be Jokic shooting. It's on Thon Maker.
And last season, how about the jump to true stardom that Jokic was able to make? There was a stretch where every game he just looked more and more incredible. Truly gave this team, I think, a franchise player in the blink of an eye.
One shot.
And that one misses. And for so many fans, Greg, of Jokic, it wasn't a surprise to see his play blossom last season.
And boy, did he. Jokic is so skilled for a big man, having played point guard growing up. Still very young and looks to be a star for a long time.
And I tell you, it's ridiculous how much space Antetokounmpo covers in just 2 strides. I mean, the way he handles himself going to the basket, man, it is one sight to see.
Now, here's Jokic. That's basket number 2 with his 3rd shot off to a fast 2 for 3.
Nice way to start the evening. His numbers getting called, and for good reason.
Well, you know, Greg, they can count on him to get buckets. I mean, he's getting the ball because he's very efficient when he has it.
Here's Brogdon. Maker with a screen for Brogdon. Out to the wing. The 3. Maker misses. Nuggets have gone 2 of 3 here to start out the game. Now here's Murray. He's guarded by Brogdon. Out to Chandler. Jokic a screen. Chandler with the ball. Now guarded by Maker. So they take the lead. Millsap's got his first bucket in this one.
You know, that's not how you screen for your guys, but ultimately they still found a way to come away with the hoop.
There's the pick. Antetokounmpo kicks to Middleton. Back to Antetokounmpo. Millsap with the steal. Now here's Murray. Defense is right there, and the call will be against Thon Maker. That's foul number 2 for him. And we're approaching about 3.5 minutes played in the first quarter. Murray, the pass to Harris. Down to 5 on the shot clock. Tipped away. Goes up to the stripe. Will not go. This is off the front iron. It's Antetokounmpo on the wing. There's the pass to Maker. Millsap with the rebound.
And they're 1 of 5 to start this game. Just really haven't gotten into a flow offensively.
In the corner, Murray with it. Jokic a screen. Right side Millsap. And that one is good.
And that's what you give up when you don't fight over the screen.
Yeah, I agree with you wholeheartedly. I mean, not a lot of effort put forth on defense there. I mean, I think he's definitely got to play up on him more and off the screen in that situation.
You could tell he assumed he'd be able to beat the defensive coverage even though it was all over.
Chandler's shot good.
Well, if it ain't broke, don't fix it. They keep getting it in the paint and continue to score consistently.
Now here's Brogdon. He's been patient so far. Nothing yet on the scoreboard.
I thought he had the space to shoot comfortably there, and disappointed that he missed it.
Here's Chandler. Dishes it to Millsap. And count it. He'll head to the line with a chance to make it 3.
Oh, great ball movement there.
And let's quickly check out the scoring breakdown here for the Nuggets.
You know what, guys? It looks to me like they're really in sync here, all on the same page. They've already got a bunch of assists.
Yeah, also something I like out of them so far, they're throwing their bodies around in the paint, and the physicality is taking its toll.
Mind the lanes. Mind the lanes. One shot.
And that one falls for Paul Millsap.
And when you talk about just a natural basketball player, I think you got to envision a guy like Paul Millsap. He just does it all. He's got the skill level and versatility at that power forward position. And in this league today, you have to be able to impact the game the way he does. How about the concentration? He gets hit but stays with the play and gets the finish.
Innovation and improvisation right there, Greg. Finding a way to get that shot to fall after taking the contact.
The Bucks have been perfect at the line so far, albeit just 2 for 2. That free throw good from Brogdon.
You know, certainly, Kevin, the strength of this Milwaukee team, one of the strengths anyway, is the length they have. I mean, have reach in all positions, but especially up front. They just need some time to develop, but a strong base is there.
Now, here's Brogdon. Following the miss by Paul Millsap. And it's going to be 2 free throws. Drew contact on the shot. And to help with the development with all the young length the Bucks have, well, they brought in Kevin Garnett to work with the team last season. What a great move. Exactly who you want to be in their head and in that role.
No doubt about it, Kevin. You know KG from your time working with the Timberwolves when he was early in his career. And to have him work with Maker and Parker and Giannis, wow. And Giannis actually admired KG growing up, so even a bigger win-win to have him there. A big part of the conversation was having the right mentality to play and succeed in the NBA, and we know KG had the right mentality for a long time.
Well said, Clark. Well said.
And really, the Nuggets, a stronger team than many had predicted last season. One area that troubled them was the defensive end. And when they would lose, it was usually by being unable to come up with consistent stops.
And he sinks the second. And for the Nuggets and their defensive issues, Greg, a lot of it stemmed from their lack of rim protection.
Yeah, the inability to challenge shots in general, for that matter. And they also had problems applying pressure and forcing turnovers as a team at the bottom of the league in terms of turnovers forced.
Now, Antetokounmpo. Wilson Chandler missing from long range. And Antetokounmpo gets it to go.
Sometimes all you can do is try to get a hand in Antetokounmpo's face. I mean, just a long player who utilizes his high release point really quite nicely.
Now here's Murray. He hasn't yet put up any points in this one. Millsap misses. Now here's Brogdon. He's covered by Murray. Millsap with the steal. Here we go, one-on-one, and the foul on Jamal Murray. That's foul number 2 for him.
I think he's going to have to be more cautious on defense. He can't afford to pick up a 3rd foul here in the first quarter.
Here's Brogdon. The dish to Parker. There's the pick. An easy layup after coming off the pick.
Muscle up. That's what Parker's telling those guys trying to defend him in the paint. He's really good at establishing his post position down low.
Here's Jokic, and the rejection by Antetokounmpo. And the slam dunk by Antetokounmpo.
Yeah, just solid work on the back end of that play.
Yep, you're right. Finished hard with 2 hands on that stuff.
Yeah, highly efficient. Nothing extra special there. Just effective. Yeah, those shots are taken totally in rhythm, high percentage quality shots, and really getting whatever he wants.
And the shot is long.
That's a shot he's got to hit. You don't get many looks better from that range.
Now here's Murray. D right on him. Chandler against Antetokounmpo. 6 to shoot. Off the screen. Chandler, no good.
That's exactly how you want to play it defensively, Kevin. I mean, getting a hand up to distract and bother the shooter. Not easy to stop somebody this deep inside.
Timeout is called. First of the game for the Nuggets. Clark, what is amazing about how Giannis plays is how much ground he can cover. It's like he shrinks the floor with how long and tall he is, and his stride when going end to end or just attacking the basket.
Agreed. And how about this? I mean, he's Euro stepping at 7 feet tall. I mean, that's like a dance move, and this guy's doing it with ease. His size and movement and grace looks like at times he's on another planet playing against the best players in the world. The Greek Freak has set a standard on what it means to have elite athleticism in the NBA that very few can match.
For the Nuggets, Juan Hernangomez, he's checked in for Chandler. And Nelson is subbed in for Murray. The Bucks also changing it up. Monroe's checked in for Maker. Mirza Teletovic comes in for Parker. And it's Terry in for Chris Middleton. Now, here is Nelson. Kicks it to Harris. There's a screen. Hernangomez in the corner. The tray, good, and Harris gets the assist. Hernangomez has got himself going with the triple, his first basket of the game. Here's Brogdon. Pass to Antetokounmpo. Screen by Monroe. And Antetokounmpo gets it to go. Antetokounmpo's got the game tied up here for the Bucks.
And not hard to see why they are giving up points on this run. Just too many good looks from in close.
Millsap against Teletovic. Takes it from 10. Craig Monroe with the rebound. On offense, here are the Bucks. They're on a 14-5 run here.
You know, Kevin, when you watch Giannis, it's impossible to not see how much he impacts the game. I mean, you can never feel comfortable as an opposing team when Giannis is in action at either end of the floor. Offensively, he's a problem, and defensively, he's a nightmare.
First free throw is good. And the stats for Giannis are equally impressive with how many categories in the box score he can fill up. What is scary, Clark, is that he's just scratching the surface.
He's such a young guy. You forget about it because his game has a maturity to it, even though you see a rawness to it as well. I mean, this guy has a tremendous upside. I think he's a player that could be one of the most unique players we've ever had in the league.
Nelson outside. He dishes it to Millsap. And the shot is good, dropping in off the front of the rim. Millsap's got 9.
Picture perfect with the turnaround. There's no stopping that shot.
Here's Antetokounmpo, and some very quick points for him on that possession. And the Bucks lead by 2.
Boy, has he put his foot on the pedal here this quarter. He's doing a terrific job in terms of leading their offense.
Now here's Millsap. He's got 9. On the wing, Harris, Jokic, and the rejection by Monroe. Here's Antetokounmpo. Yep, that one goes in there.
He's been turned up this quarter, showing a lot of confidence and sinking a lot of his shots. You know, Greg Monroe is a very talented big guy out of Georgetown. Is more comfortable facing up to the basket and can hurt you with the mid-range game, but also a pretty strong rebounder and interior defender, too.
Kenneth Faried's checked in for the Nuggets. Will Barton comes in for Harris. That's good from Antetokounmpo. And for Monroe, he was shifted to the bench role in the past season, coming in as a sixth man after spending most of his career as a starter with the Detroit Pistons, and it was a new role.
And you know what, Kevin, a new role that I think he flourished in. I don't think anybody would disagree with that. He's shown the ability to be effective as a starter or OTB coming off the bench. You know exactly what you're going to get from him every time he steps on the floor, and that's valuable for a coach.
And so it's Milwaukee now, following the miss by Jokic. Now here's Antetokounmpo. He's guarded closely, and that one clearly a foul. Gets the whistle, and 2 shots coming up. It's going to be on Jokic.
Man, that was a remarkable pump fake from Antetokounmpo. I mean, he's really good at selling that shot fake.
First one falls for him. You always say it, Clark, so much of the game is played inside your mind, between the ears, in your head. Which players jump out to you as being some of the smartest players on the floor?
Kevin, there are so many guys that fall into that category. LeBron James is at the top of the list for me because of how he impacts the game in so many ways at both ends of the floor, and his size and athleticism make him unique. Chris Paul, another guy who has great awareness on the court.
Guys are looking for a spark here.
Yeah, a cold stretch offensively for sure.
Jameer Nelson dropping a delicious dime there.
It's Antetokounmpo on the wing. Martin defending. Fareed against Monroe. Over in the corner, Antetokounmpo. And stolen by Barton. It's Nelson atop the key. And Plumlee kicks to Barton. 5 on the clock. The Nuggets need to get a shot off here. Near the three-point line, it's Nelson. Off the left rim and out.
They've been beating them to a lot of those loose balls and rebounds here to start.
Yeah, the half and half balls are going their way, and that's really a function of effort and intensity. You know, the ball doesn't discriminate. Whoever goes and gets it, that's who owns it.
So it's Denver now, following the bucket by the Bucks. Feeds to Barton. Plumlee with the screen. Back to Nelson. To the middle and out of bounds as the Bucks gain possession.
Bad turnover, plain and simple. No other way to describe it. I mean, he just threw it out of bounds.
Vaughn's checked in for Antetokounmpo. We've got 28 seconds left here in the opening quarter. Terry dishes to Monroe. Pass to Snell. Monroe outside. And fouled on the shot, so the bucket counts and a chance for one more here.
And the story here, Kevin, early on is how well they've shot the basketball.
Very high percentage so far, and if you want to start a game hot, that's the way to do it.
And that one falls for Greg Monroe.
Yeah, a lot of whistles here early, as well as foul trouble starting to be an issue.
Yeah, that's a big reason they're trailing. You can't allow a parade to the free throw line and expect to be on top in the game.
Fouled in the act of shooting. A three-point play chance coming up. That'll put Will Barton on the line. That one on Monroe. The Nuggets shooting their third free throw attempt of the game.
Mind the lanes. Mind the lanes. One shot.
That free throw good from Barton. Here's Terry. And no good trying to get that one. And so it's Milwaukee heading to the bench with a 7-point lead as we wrap up the quarter. They're pounding the ball inside, and that's where they've gotten their best production tonight. And we've got more NBA action on 2K Sports coming your way after this break. And the first quarter is in the books. Second about ready to get underway. And let's take a moment here to get your guys' take on scoring so far for Milwaukee.
That mid-range shot has been a weapon for them up to this point, though.
Something else they've made the most of are those opportunities at the foul line. I mean, they've scored a lot of their points so far from there.
and Denver has possession. And a moment now to reset the lineups, courtesy of Gatorade, all fueled up for the second quarter of basketball. Taking a look at the Nuggets. Plumlee out there with Kenneth Faried. Then it's Jameer Nelson. Then it's Will Barton. And it's Hernan Gomez in at the 3 spot.
And did you see the screen that was set for him? I mean, that was how he got to the hoop.
It was the classic screenplay. It won't show up in the box score, but that screen deserves an assist.
Absolutely, Kevin. I mean, that took the defender right out of the play.
Monroe, no good.
That is some tough defense there against one of the better finishers in our game.
And, you know, last season the Bucks, showing their resilience as a team quite nicely, looked to be falling out of the picture in early February, but then came on strong to snag a playoff spot in the East.
Lock at 6. Nelson, no luck.
And you know what? You can't get a better screen. Frees him up beautifully, but he just fails to capitalize.
Clearly a frustrating missed opportunity there. Perfect screen, got him the space he needed, but he bricked it.
Now here's Monroe following the shot by Jameer Nelson. All right, let's catch up with our sideline reporter, David Aldridge.
Well, guys, Emmanuel Mudiay spent a year in China prior to the NBA rather than playing in college. A lot of people respect what he did while he was over there. He said, being in a foreign country, everything is different. It made me mentally strong. Now in the NBA, he said, you've got to have confidence because every point guard in this league can play. You've got to keep that edge and be prepared at all times. Kevin?
Thanks, David. Mental fortitude is critical, especially when you're a young player in this league. Time called here. The Nuggets decide to talk it over. You know, the Bucks really did look dead in the water for a bit before the All-Star break. Lost Jabari Parker, being 8 games under 500. But boy, the month of March, 14-4, they really rallied.
Yeah, they found themselves in a big way. And despite losing Parker, they got some players back at the same time. And it wasn't a big change in the team. They just bared down against the challenge and adversity. A lot of close wins, and the team really started to gain confidence by virtue of winning those close games.
Denver making a switch here. Jokic is checked in. And here in the second, 2 minutes gone by. Nelson outside. Passes it to Hernan Gomez. 5 on the clock. Now the pass to Jokic. Shoots over Monroe. And the rejection by Monroe.
Man, I like the recognition from Monroe there. Actually, I love the recognition. His timing on these blocks, impeccable.
Screen by Monroe. Here's Snell. Hernan Gomez covering. The Bucks need to get a shot off here. Shot by Terry, no good. The Nuggets trail by 7. Puts it up from 12. And another miss by Denver. Snell, the pass to Terry. Screen by Monroe. And the jam by Greg Monroe.
And, you know, when you've got the size of Greg Monroe, you're always looking to throw it down. I mean, not many guys are going to want to contest him at the rim.
Now, here is Nelson. He hasn't scored yet. That, I'm sure, will change. Barton kicks to Jokic. Buried from 15 feet out.
He's just able to shoot over people at a high rate.
And you were a good defender, Greg, so you tell me, how do you guard that? I mean, the height, the soft release, not a lot you can do against that combination.
And Milwaukee calls their first time out of the game. Clark, you were a fantastic rebounder your entire career. What do you feel gave you the edge over the other players in the glass?
You know, one of my fellow Buckeye greats, actually the greatest Buckeye of all time in basketball, I think, was Jerry Lucas. And He talked an awful lot about rebounding being more about timing and pursuit of the ball than anything else. And I had a good gift of timing, and I clearly was chasing down that pumpkin as well as most. And those were the things that allowed me to be a good rebounder. Good timing, good hands, and pursuit of the basketball. It wasn't complicated, but some of it was giftedness. The other part was persistence and hard work. Boy, you take a look at Jason Kidd, and he's clearly one of those players that just has a mind for the game. Throughout his career, you saw how well he saw the court, felt the game, and how he created scoring chances for his teammates, and was also very heady at the defensive end. One of the very cerebral Hall of Fame players we've had in the history of the league.
Paul Millsap is checked in for Fareed. And then for Milwaukee, Jabari Parker's checked in for Mirza Teletovic. Antetokounmpo comes in for Tony Snell. And Middleton subbed in for Vaughn.
And the vision of the Greek Freak, easily spotting his wide open teammates thanks to that height of his.
Here's Jokic. Jabari Parker making his last shot. Jokic foul on the play. Basket counts, so it'll be a three-point play chance. And with Kidd, he was one of those players that when he got into coaching, you just said, of course, it makes too much sense given how much of an on-the-court leader he was.
Yeah, and you know what? You're exactly right. I felt the same way about Kidd. And when you play with some players, you just get that feeling with how they approach the game. And even in your role as a broadcaster, mine too, we get to talk to players and we get a feeling of whether they'll coach or not. Even in college, you could tell he was a special player with kind of a unique view of the game as well.
Free throw, good. Jokic. Bucks leading by 6. Here's Antetokounmpo. Tried to bank it in, but he misses.
Tell you what, Kevin, they will take that look every time. Limited defense, great shot. Just came up empty. You live with those.
Now here's Barton. 5 points in the game. Millsap misses.
That's good offense. The shot didn't go down, but they'll live with that.
Terry kicks to Middleton. Antetokounmpo with the ball. He's got 19. Screen by Monroe. 6 on the shot clock. Shot off the screen. No good off the front iron.
He's got to be disappointed with himself on that one. He has got to knock those down.
Stolen by Monroe. Now the feed to Parker. And a great assist by Antetokounmpo as that one goes in. 8 points for Jabari Parker.
Well, I like the bounce, the elevation that Parker gives you on that mid-range jump shot. Defenses can't really get to it, and that's why he's so successful with it.
Now here's Barton. Jokic with his screen on Middleton. Barton kicks to Millsap. Just 5 on the clock. Over Parker. Again, Millsap missing. Bucks leading by 8. Terry outside. There's a good screen to the middle. Here's Monroe, and it's sent back by Jokic. Now Nelson. Quiet so far offensively, searching for his first points of the game. And the foul on Jason Terry. That is his first foul of the game. A different look for Denver. Wilson Chandler's checked in for Hernan Gomez. Harris comes in for Will Barton. And Murray's subbed in for Jameer Nelson. Brogdon, he's checked in for Milwaukee. Now here's Murray. Here's Millsap, and sticking right with it, gets the foul with the bucket, and he'll go to the line.
So many ways for Millsap to score. I mean, off screens, catch and shoot, ISO, crashing the glass. This guy can do it all.
One shot.
Tell you what, Paul Millsap, one of my favorite players because he's so effective, scores at an efficient clip, rebounds the ball well, and defends multiple positions too. He gives you everything.
And that one's good. Parker
Well, I liked the first quarter he had. I mean, and I'm loving the second quarter even more. Playing with a lot of momentum right now.
Millsap a screen. Chandler kicks to Harris. Back to Chandler. Millsap up top. The rebound by Brogdon. Brogdon's got 3 rebounds so far in the game.
And this quarter, he has clearly been off the mark.
Foul call that time on the way up. That'll give him 2 chances at the free throw line here. Malcolm Brogdon, a second-round pick out of the University of Virginia. What a find, Greg, he has been, and you love that he can fill in at either guard spot.
And you get the feeling Brogdon was overlooked for being a 4-year player in college. Has the passing and vision of a point guard, scores well enough from inside and out to play off the ball as well.
And that one misses. Well, Clark, you've been in the booth for so long, but I have to ask, have you ever toyed with the idea of coaching or working in some team's front office? I know you did briefly for the Pacers.
Yeah, I did, and I enjoyed it. I was working in player relations, player development with our guys off the court, and loved it. But it just wasn't something I could sustain at this season in my life. Not interested in coaching. I've never really been, because my career path went towards broadcasting right after I got done playing, and I've paid my dues and have grown in this profession. And I would want to do the same thing in coaching, and I just don't have enough time in front of me to do that. So I'm happy to be around the game in this capacity. Coaching never lets up. I get an off season as a broadcaster.
Yes. And sticking right with it, gets the foul with the bucket, and he'll go to the line.
How about that one? Able to maintain control and finish the play.
Yeah, we call that playing through the whistle. You know, he didn't give up on it when he heard the whistle. He kept his focus, his concentration, and he found a way to get the shot up and down. Looking at Malcolm Brogdon, the first thing that jumps out at you is his poise. He's steady, unflappable, never in a rush, always playing at his own pace. And for a young player, that's not something you see very often.
Time called here. The Nuggets decide to talk it over. And Brogdon does play with a very even keel, almost poker-faced when he's out on the floor and doing his thing. But Clark, you know, he puts in work whenever he sees time.
And that's the key. And I tell you what, when I saw him at Virginia, I looked at him, his demeanor, his skill set, his approach, and said, this guy's going to be in the league for 12 years. I mean, he just has that look and presence about him. Whether he's starting or coming off the bench, he's a professional. And that says a lot about what he brings to the table.
And with the tide running against him, needs to talk it over with his guys.
You're exactly right. Halting the other team's run momentarily. Let's see what he comes up with now, Greg.
Millsap dishes to Murray. A putback, controls the rebound and puts it back up and in.
Yeah, you know, one of the things I like about Paul Millsap, Kevin, is he's relentless. There's no let up when he's out there. I mean, he goes after every ball.
And it's Parker in the corner. And a great assist by Antetokounmpo as that one goes in. Antetokounmpo's got his 4th assist in this one. Now here's Murray. He's had some playing time, but no scoring yet from him. Here's Jokic. Antetokounmpo grabs the miss. Antetokounmpo's got his 3rd rebound on the night. That shot wide open. And the Bucks lead by 15.
Man, it's obvious that Middleton has great confidence. I mean, you can just see it oozing out of him. He's so good at catching the defense off balance and knocking down the catch-and-shoot jump shot.
Here's Millsap. He's got 14. Yep, that one goes.
Great job of utilizing that screen and finding space to knock down the jumper. Good basketball.
Antetokounmpo kicks to Parker. Bucks passing it around. Oh, tried to dunk it home, but drew the foul, and he'll go to the line. It's on Gary Harris. And the Nuggets over the past few seasons have done a great job as an organization of collecting talent.
And with that steady approach, they've been able to develop a star with Jokic. The Nuggets took a very disciplined approach to building this team, and you can see the depth they enjoy, and it all starts with the job this front office has done.
The free throw drops for Monroe. And as Milwaukee continues to invest in the Bucks and this whole franchise, the upcoming stadium just one part of the equation. The team also starting their first year with an exclusive G League team.
Well, and that team is out in Oshkosh, Kevin, and should act as a really good resource for developing young players for the Bucks. I mean, a lot of teams have followed this trend, and the Bucks, they went from plan to action very quickly with that.
Keeps it alive. Rebound by Parker.
+8 in the rebound differential. One more reason why they're in control.
Yeah, double-digit advantage on the scoreboard. They've taken the initiative. They've played, I think, with more purpose so far.
Taking 2 shots.
And he knocks down the first one. And when the Nuggets are clicking on offense, Greg, they are a joy to watch.
You know they are, and one reason is because they're one of the better passing teams in the league. And right near the top in terms of assists per game last season. And all players on this roster at all positions look to make that extra pass to get an easy bucket.
Both free throws good from Antetokounmpo.
Antetokounmpo has the complete and total trust of his teammates. A real Swiss Army knife, a versatile guy. Does everything and anything that needs to be done with the basketball in his hand.
Now, here's Jokic. Shakes off the strong D and gets the bucket for 2. Jokic has got 7 points for the quarter. Milwaukee leading by 15. Poked loose. Millsap with the steal. Chandler outside. He kicks it to Murray. Pass to Jokic. And that one clearly a foul. Gets the whistle and 2 shots coming up. And Clark is a Midwest guy. You grew up watching your teams go up against the Bucks, and even as a player you faced off against them more than your fair share. When you think about the history of the Milwaukee Bucks, who leaves an imprint on your mind for how they help that franchise?
Well, guys that I actually played against, Sid Moncrief would be at the top of the list because he was so integral to the Bucks' success. Really good at both ends of the floor, a leader. I didn't have to guard him, but I played against those really good Bucks teams in the early, mid-'80s, and he was a big part of that.
And good job they're doing at the line this quarter. They'll need to continue converting those free throws.
So he gets them both. Bucks leading by 13. Brogdon the pass to Henson. Back to Brogdon. And stolen by Murray. On the wing, Harris. Millsap a screen. Off the pick. He can't hit that time. Good D by Parker.
And they've got a big lead, not just on the scoreboard, but really in the rebounding numbers as well.
And what I like about it, Greg, it's been a physical brand of basketball. It's had a little sandpaper element to it, gritty and rough, but that's how you win games.
4 on the shot clock. The shot by Brogdon, no good.
You almost have to assume he's going to knock those down when he is that open.
Chandler kicks to Murray. He feeds it to Harris. Millsap a screen, and the officials will call the illegal screen right there.
Aggressiveness is fine, but you can't be this over-aggressive. I think he's got to dial it back some. They need him on the floor.
Bucks leading by 13. Brogdon kicks to Parker. They set the pick. Dishes to Antetokounmpo. And the shot falls short this time. Nuggets shooting a pretty cool 37% from the floor in the second. Not what they're looking for. Chandler dishes to Millsap. Double team on Millsap.
Jump ball, jump ball, jump ball. You two.
So it's Denver now. Jokic draws the double. Shoots from 12. A rebound by the Bucks. Antetokounmpo's got his 4th rebound with that last one here tonight. And the whistle blows, so a chance here for a 3-point play.
Boy, I really like the way he's stroking the ball. I mean, knocking down a bunch of his shots and really being efficient.
For the Nuggets, Plumlee is checked in for Jokic. Kenneth Faried comes in for Paul Millsap. And Jameer Nelson is subbed in for Jamal Murray.
One shot.
That's good from Antetokounmpo. The Nuggets trail by 16. Nelson outside. Low block shot and a lot of contact on that one, so he'll shoot 2 here.
And guys, this is the way to stay in the game. They're doing a masterful job from the line. Perfect this quarter.
The Nuggets have shot 6 of 7 at the line.
Taking 2 shots.
Now, gentlemen, 2 shots. Move shots.
Free throw good, Wilson Chandler. And he makes both free throws. So it's the Bucks now. 17 points was their biggest margin. Screen by Parker. Antetokounmpo passes to Brogdon. From the line, Denver grabs the miss. Shot clock and game clock separated by less than 6 seconds. Brogdon against Nelson. There's the dish to Harris. Back to Nelson. Good, and Harris gets the assist.
And they keep hammering away at him inside, forcing the ball into the paint.
There's a screen. Brogdon kicks to Middleton. Here's Antetokounmpo, and again the Bucks miss. And so it's the Milwaukee Bucks up by a dozen here at the end of the quarter. And their ability to get points in the paint has made all the difference in this one. And now we'll send it over to David Aldridge, who is standing by courtside. David.
Thank you, Kevin. Here with Chris Middleton. Chris, a big effort from you guys in the first half. How do you keep that momentum going?
Come out with energy, just try to keep pushing the ball and get stops.
We know that's Coach's emphasis, Chris. Thanks a lot. Back to you, Kevin.
Thank you, David, and we'll be back after halftime as the third quarter gets underway.
And now, the 2K Sports
Welcome back,
Halftime
everybody.
Show.
It's the halftime show on 2K Sports. Ernie Johnson here with Kenny the Jet Smith and Shaquille O'Neal. It was a big-time first quarter for Giannis Antetokounmpo. He ended up with 24 points, 5 rebounds, and 1 block. Shaq, let's get your take on Milwaukee.
The Greek super freak making his presence felt. A frame built for the game of basketball. With his length and athleticism, there's nothing he can't do. That's right, Ernie, 6'11" point guard.
Wow. And over to Kenny. What did you think about Denver?
Their defensive fundamentals have been atrocious. I mean, you see guys reaching instead of moving their feet. They're not getting out the shooters. They've dug themselves a hole, and the only way to get out of it is all 5 guys start defending the way they should.
And now, folks, just moments away from the start of the third quarter.
Well, it's been a one-sided affair so far through the first 2 quarters, but there's plenty of time to mount a comeback. Antetokounmpo in this game has been everywhere.
And through the first 2 periods, it seemed he got to the paint whenever he wanted to, just a slasher's mentality.
Yeah, you know, good things happen when he cuts to the rim, Greg, and you cut into the heart of the defense like that, makes things easy.
Welcome back, everyone, to the start of the second half. Big margin on our hands, but we'll see if that gap narrows down in the third and fourth quarters. And Milwaukee, looking at who they've got, all the big bucks up front. Giannis, Parker, and Maker. Brogdon and Middleton are the guard tandem. And there's the basket. Whistle blows and a chance for a three-point play. Going to the line for 1.
Yeah, heard the whistle and then kept his focus and able to still knock it down.
And, Greg, to be able to take the bump like that and maintain control, that's not easy to do. I know you're kind of a little fella, but I was a big guy when I played, so I know how difficult that is. That was impressive.
I see.
And the Nuggets making a change here. Murray's checked in.
Shooting 1.
Free throw no good for Chandler. Bucks leading by 10. And the whistle blows. It's going to be on Chris Middleton. That's his first foul.
Oh, great defense there. Anticipated the play and got there first.
And not afraid to put his body on the line either, Greg. He took a shot for the team in that situation.
Now, here's Jokic. Now, here's Chandler. Jokic passes to Chandler. Over onto Antetokounmpo. Chandler, no good.
You know, he's been off so far, Kevin, but there's still time. I mean, he just needs to settle it down, idle it down a little bit, and try to contribute as much as he can on the offense within himself.
Now here's Murray. Chris Middleton unable to get his last shot to go. Fareed, no good there, and that would have cut it to single digits. The Bucks shooting with confidence, 50% from the field so far. Parker sets the screen for Brogdon. The 19-foot shot. Jokic grabs the miss. The Nuggets trail by 10. And here is Murray. He hasn't scored yet. That, I'm sure, will change. Chandler kicks to Fareed. From down in the low post, it goes.
And good passing, setting up a lot of these buckets right now, Kevin. That's been the key.
Dime-dropping delights is what I call it.
That is a nice pass. I will give you that one.
Yeah, he was on the money, that's no doubt. Screened by Parker. Brogdon kicks to Middleton. A 3. Milwaukee, no good that time either.
They have yet to hit a shot, a real slow start here in the second half.
Chandler against Antetokounmpo. Chandler kicks to Jokic. Out to Chandler. 5 to shoot. Over Antetokounmpo, and the rejection by Antetokounmpo. Juan Hernangomez, he's checked in for the Nuggets. Milwaukee leading by 8. Brogdon the pass to Antetokounmpo. And the double up Antetokounmpo. To the paint. Here's Maker. And a great assist by Antetokounmpo as that one goes in. Antetokounmpo's got 6 assists now in the game. Time called here. The Nuggets decide to talk it over. Well, Thon Maker is a project player, Clark, for his team, taken 10th overall in the 2016 draft. Has great size, and he moves well, but it's going to be a few years before he gets to where he needs to be.
I agree with you, but with big guys, you can afford to be patient when you see that they have a work ethic and a commitment to getting better, are willing to learn and grow, and then you factor in his athleticism and size. I think it's a weight that's going to pay big dividends for the Bucks.
The Nuggets making a change here. Millsap's checked in. Second half of play with just under 2.5 minutes gone. A chance here to get a quick injury report. We've got a chance to check up on Paul Millsap's status. David?
Thanks, Kevin. Well, I just talked with Denver's head athletic trainer. He said he turned his ankle, and it is definitely starting to swell up.
All right, David, thank you. Hopefully everything works out for him. And it's sent back by Jokic.
1 for 5 on offense. A slow start here in the second half.
Murray kicks to Harris. And it's off from three-point range. Bucks leading by 8. Brogdon the pass to Antetokounmpo. Trying to find Parker. He's got it now. Good defense by Jokic.
Oh, great effort there. That's how you defend the paint.
Exactly. Can't play it any better than that, Greg.
On the wing, Harris. Defended by Middleton. Millsap sets the pick for Murray. Just 5 on the clock. Over Parker. That one off the back iron and out.
The defense was less than impressive there, but despite them not really contesting that shot, he still bricked it.
Nuggets have gone 3 of 8 so far in the third quarter, looking to lock in that rhythm. And he's fouled on the shot. 1 free throw coming up.
Yeah, exceptional play there to take the bump and still get it to fall.
I like to call that stick-to-itiveness, Greg. Getting everything he possibly could out of that play. Nicely done.
Good call.
Free throw good, Wilson Chandler. Milwaukee leading by 5, and the ball goes out of bounds. Last touch by Brogdon.
And that's just carelessness there. I mean, you have got to have your head in the game.
For Denver, they've gone 4 of 9 from the floor so far in the third. Jokic with his screen on Brogdon. Murray kicks to Millsap. Double team on Millsap. Wide open look here for Murray. And that one is off. Now the Bucks take it the other way. 17 points was their biggest margin. Antetokounmpo passes to Brogdon. Back to Antetokounmpo. Over Chandler. That one a little long.
And low percentage look on that one. Not sure what he was thinking.
I agree with you. Not a good shot, not good offense. They can get a much better look than that, but they're going to need to be patient to do so.
There's Brogdon. 7 points in the game. Antetokounmpo can't get that one to fall.
The shot's there for him, and he's got to take it. I don't care if he doesn't convert. That's a shot he has to continue to take.
Now here's Murray. It's a 3-point game. Chandler is screen. Shot clock at 6. Here's Jokic. Rebound, Milwaukee. Maker's got 3 rebounds so far in the game. Brogdon with it. They set the pick. With the teardrop. That shot off. Good work defensively by Millsap. Now Murray. At the top of the key, Millsap for the tie. The rebound by Brogdon. Brogdon's got his 4th rebound with that last one here tonight. Kicks to Maker. Shot to end this cold run. Good on the triple. Maker's got 5 points in the quarter. The Nuggets trail by 6. They've been struggling here on offense.
Yeah, a bit of a dry spell for sure.
Millsap sets the pick for Murray. And he could not get that one to go. A lot of contact, and he'll go to the line for 2. It's on Thon Maker.
Well, I tell you what, Murray is quite skilled at drawing these types of fouls. He loves getting himself to the line.
And a breakdown here, guys. The hustle stats for Milwaukee.
You know, block shots, guys, a clear indicator on the stat sheet of their excellent defense. I mean, leaving them no room to get off any shots.
Yeah, but they've also done a great job of playing in space, getting out in transition every opportunity.
Free throw good, Murray.
And Murray has a full package. I mean, he's a deadly shooter and a surprisingly good penetrator, too. A terrific guard.
Will Barton, he's checked in for Denver. And so Murray nails both of them.
Solid trip from the line right there. Knocked him down, and it was easy.
Here's Middleton, and a great assist by Antetokounmpo as that one goes in. 6 points for Chris Middleton. The Nuggets trail by 6. Barton outside. He dishes it to Murray. Feeds it to Millsap. 5 to shoot. The 3. Murray, no good.
Another rebound hauled in. They're hitting the glass with a lot of passion.
Guys, that's been the key to their lead. I mean, simply put, the effort they've displayed on the glass has been the difference.
Shooting for Denver, Wilson Chandler. Taking 2 shots.
The first one falls. And good on the second, so he makes them both. Milwaukee leading by 4. Maker with a screen for Antetokounmpo, and the slam dunk by Antetokounmpo.
And how about the power of Antetokounmpo? Dynamite whenever he takes it to the rim.
Barton dishes to Murray. Millsap kicks to Barton. Chandler a screen. Antetokounmpo on the double team. And the rejection by Antetokounmpo.
And Antetokounmpo's 7'3" wingspan, extraordinary. I mean, he's effective in rejecting shots, bothering shots, and stealing the ball.
But they get it back. And he's fouled pretty hard on that shot, but he's got the chance to pick up the points at the line.
Yeah, easy call.
Yeah, you could hear the smack all the way over here where we are.
And one of the things about Will Barton's game that, to me, makes him such a force is how unpredictable he can be. He plays at times almost like a man out of control, and it really does work to his advantage as he is a difficult guy to deal with in those one-on-one situations.
That free throw good from Barton. And to back up the point with Barton in his chaotic play style, he knows exactly what he's about. Famously saying, Greg, I'm so creative most of the time, I don't know what I'm going to do.
And, you know, that might sound glib, but it is just how Barton plays. I mean, a fantastic competitor who just does what it takes to win. He gives you a little bit of everything out on the floor.
Now, here's Antetokounmpo. He's got 26.
You know, that's not how you distribute the ball. Needs to be more focused when making passes like that.
The Nuggets trail by 4. Now, here is Nelson. Millsap a screen on Parker. Here's Nelson. And it comes off the front of the rim. Milwaukee's gone 3 of 7 tonight from three-point territory. It's Brogdon on the wing. It's Parker outside. They get the rebound. Maker goes to the reverse layup and drops it in. Maker's got 7 points here in this quarter.
They are just killing them on the interior.
Yeah, you can't say that with enough emphasis. I mean, the defenders are just not being aggressive enough down low. You got to play with some physicality in the paint.
And they're on the break. Pull up Jay. Hits some rim on the way in, and the bucket's good. And it's an 8-point Bucks lead.
I like the recognition of the mismatch there, immediately making the defense pay.
And that replay presented by Under Armour, showing us the fantastic steal that led to that fast break finish. Another unleashed chaos moment. Now, here is Nelson. Barton outside. Pass to Millsap. Nelson outside. Up top, Hernan Gomez. Shot clock at 6. Barton drives in. Good D by Parker. Milwaukee leading by 8. Maker passes to Brogdon. Snell kicks to Antetokounmpo. Maker with a screen for Antetokounmpo. And stolen by Barton. And Barton throws it down.
And guys got careless with the ball there, and the turnover leads to the big stuff.
Once he came up right with the steal, he went straight on the attack.
That's exactly the way to do it too, Kevin. Go hard to the bucket and don't let them set up the defense.
Now, here is Nelson. Following the miss by Giannis Antetokounmpo. Barton kicks to Jokic. So he gets the whistle. Contact on the way up, and 2 shots coming up.
I mean, even from over here, you can see that one pretty clearly.
No question about it, Greg. I mean, a ton of contact and a good call by the officials.
He's gone 3 for 4 from the line. Free throw, good. Jokic.
And they haven't let points get away from them at the line tonight. That's always something that'll allow a coaching staff to breathe a little easier.
Fareed's checked in for Paul Millsap. The Bucks also changing it up. Greg Monroe, he's checked in for Thon Maker. Mirza Teletovic comes in for Parker, and it's Terry in for Brogdon. That one falls, so he hits both of them.
Great touch from the line. Always important for bigger guys to be able to come through at the strike.
Terry dishes to Antetokounmpo. Down low, up off the screen.
And he can do a lot more damage to the rim than that when he wants to.
Oh, you're right. And with the lead they're enjoying, I'm surprised he didn't put a little something extra on that one.
Well, I think he did plenty of damage nonetheless. I mean, it was only with one hand, but he still threw that down pretty hard.
Down to 5 on the shot clock. Fareed, no good.
A good job by him on the glass here tonight. +8 in that department.
They get it back. Tries again. It's deflected. They retain possession. And the whistle blew, so that'll be a shooting foul. Great defensive effort there with the blocked shot. But he got more than just the ball that time. Free throws coming up right now.
Shooting 2.
Free throw dropped for Teletovic.
Hey, Teletovic is a perfect stretch four. Helps space the floor with his knockdown long-range shooting and knows how to play the game.
Denver making a switch here. Plumlee's checked in, and Milwaukee also making a switch. Rashad Vaughn, he's checked in for Giannis Antetokounmpo. He hits one, then misses the second attempt from the free throw line. The Nuggets trail by 7. Fareed outside. Passes it to Barton. Rebounded by Snell.
Now that's superb defense in low. I mean, they played it well. Not easy trying to alter these shots without fouling the shooter, and that's a good job of doing both.
And there's the pass to Vaughn. Screen by Monroe.
Two shots.
And the first one at the line is good. And that's good as he hits both of his shots. The Nuggets trail by 9. And here's Barton. He's got 9. Screen by Fareed. Out to Nelson. Plumlee with a screen on Terry. Shot clock at 5. Plumlee, no luck.
And they hold a huge advantage on the backboard.
Greg, and that's been the key to this lead. I mean, they've really dominated the glass.
Here's Vaughn. Screen by Monroe. Shot off the pick. Not going to go that time. Denver's gotten off to a very slow start from three-point range in the second half. They're 0 for 4. Nelson, the pass to Barton. With the floater, and he was fouled on the way up. 2 free throws now for him. He's shooting free throws, number 4 in 5 here.
And his percentage at the line last season, right at the 75% mark.
That free throw good from Barton. Both free throws good from Barton. From deep three-point range, and so it's Milwaukee heading to the bench with a 7-point lead as we wrap up the quarter. A good size advantage, and they'll look to increase it. We'll get right back to the action when we return. Moments ago from the huddle, let's listen in on Coach Mike Malone.
Stops and run. Stops and run. Sense of urgency, man. Come on. We got to get this win.
Trying to stoke the fire under his team. Mike Malone asking his guys to seize the moment.
And this is the time when the leaders on the court need to step up, take control, and make things happen.
Just 1 quarter left in regulation. Welcome back, everyone. Thanks for tuning in. Kenneth Faried is out there with Plumlee. Then it's Will Barton. Then it's Nelson. And it's Hernan Gomez in at the small forward position. That's the group on the floor for Denver.
Take a break. Take a break. 2 shots.
And he makes the first.
The former Tar Heel, John Henson, is incredibly efficient on both ends of the court.
And he can't hit the second. The Nuggets trail by 8. Hernan Gomez kicks to Faried. Nelson dishes to Plumlee. Faried setting the pick for Barton. Shot clock at 5. Fires the 3. And there's Jameer Nelson on the assist by Barton.
And that's the shot Nelson's always relied on, and it served him well. He works nonstop on the perimeter, finding the space he needs to get good looks from beyond.
And it's Terry off the drive. Sweet little floater. And the Bucks lead by 7.
Nice looking floater there, Kevin. Such a fast shot, a quick release. Really hard to guard that.
Faried, a screen on Terry. Nelson against Terry. The kick out to Barton. From the baseline. And it's Mason Plumlee with the foul. That's foul number 2 for him.
And you can live with those over-the-back calls sometimes because at least it's an effort play.
Well, you still got to know the situation and be aware. I mean, he wasn't getting to that ball. Best to not get out of control and pick up that foul.
Jokic has checked in for the Nuggets. Parker's checked in for the Bucks. Antetokounmpo comes in for a shot. Vaughn out of bounds. Denver takes possession.
Well, he just didn't make the catch. Didn't look the ball into his hands. He must have thought the ball was going somewhere else.
The Nuggets trail by 7. Nelson outside. Barton sets a screen for Nelson. Barton with it. He's picked up by Parker. Barton kicks to Jokic. Shoots over Henson. Rebound Giannis Antetokounmpo. Antetokounmpo's got double-digit rebounds now in the game. Shot by Terry, no good.
And thus far, they've managed to overcome an off game from him offensively.
Nelson, the pass to Jokic. Hernan Gomez with the ball. Defended by Henson. Jokic draws the double. Over Henson. No good off the back of the rim. Bucks leading by 7. Outside, Antetokounmpo goes up off the pick and slam dunk by Henson.
When he's deep inside like that, he's looking to jam it down. An efficient scorer, John Henson.
Nelson dishes to Faried. Barton outside. Swiped away. Here's Snell. Barton defending. Antetokounmpo against Barton. And Antetokounmpo gets it to go. And it's an 11-point Bucks lead. Nelson outside. The feed to Barton. Screen by Faried. Barton kicks to Jokic. The top of the key jumper is on the mark. Jokic has got 21 in the game.
You know, I think he's been a steady, reliable option so far, but it's not enough. He They need him to take charge, be more assertive on the offensive end.
Now here's Antetokounmpo. Nelson with the steal. And so he earns a trip to the line. Official saw the contact and he'll shoot two. That's on Jason Terry.
Much respect for the speed and IQ Nelson possesses. I mean, this guy's a crafty point guard who also knows how to get his guys going. A good mark of a leader.
Free throw drops for Nelson. Paul Millsap's checked in for the Nuggets. Harris comes in for Barton. And Milwaukee also making a switch. Middleton's checked in. Both free throws good for Nelson. Fourth quarter of play and over 3.5 minutes have gone by. Pass to Terry. And a great assist by Antetokounmpo as that one goes in. Terry's got 4 this quarter.
And they're beginning to just flat out fall apart defensively right now, especially on the interior.
Yeah, and that's 4 straight field goals now, Greg, they've allowed from point blank range. Can't happen.
Now here is Harris. Pass to Jokic. Just 5 to shoot. That's in, and the Milwaukee lead is cut down to just 6 points with the basket from Harris.
The D just sagged off just enough, and no hesitation on his part.
Henson with the screen. Here's Antetokounmpo, and it's Denver with the rebound. Harris has got his 4th rebound with that last one here tonight. In the corner, it's Nelson. Passes it to Jokic. Out to Nelson. Off the mark there with the 3-point shot.
And really credit their advantage on the backboard. That's where the lead has been built, and that's why they are in control.
Greg, simply controlling the glass. I mean, plus 10 is the advantage in rebounds right now.
Here's Nelson. Giannis Antetokounmpo making his last shot. Here's Millsap. And a foul called on the shot. Got him on the way up that time, so he'll shoot 2 right here.
And a name that a lot of NBA teams were in on this past offseason was Paul Millsap. His ability to shoot from outside and play in the post was wanted all over the league, and the Nuggets were the team ultimately that was able to land him.
First free throw is good. And for the Nuggets, Millsap, Greg, seems to be what they want in the 4.
You know, he pairs well with Jokic and others on this team, gives them some shooting and rebounding, plus his overall versatility is what separates him. The Nuggets seem to jump out of nowhere to sign him, but when you look at things, it really does make sense.
Both free throws good for Millsap. Bucks leading by 6. And they double up Antetokounmpo. The shot by Brogdon wide open. And a great assist by Antetokounmpo as that one goes in.
And you're asking for more trouble than you can handle if you're going to let him just roam free from beyond the arc.
Jokic, no good. Milwaukee has gone 1 of 2 from 3-point range here in the 4th. The shot by Middleton wide open. And again, Milwaukee with the triple.
Not shot from outside. There's no doubt about that. Spreading the floor and getting them up.
Love the mentality there, I tell you. I know I've never coached, but man, playing to win and being aggressive even with the lead as opposed to being safe and going into prevent offense, I'll take the former all day long. Play to win.
Okay. got a nice little back and forth going here.
Yeah, and I like it. I love seeing that. It's a lot of fun when that happens. These teams are going at each other from the outside.
And he was fouled on the way up. 2 free throws now for him. And what I like about Chris Middleton is that he is just a complete player. Clark can play on or off the ball on offense, as well as get his points both off a catch and shoot or putting it on the hardwood. Also a strong defender.
Yeah, he's one of those understated, effective, outstanding two-way players in the league, and probably should get more credit as such. He challenges shots, he can defend multiple positions, and he plays a little bigger than he is because he's got that great wingspan.
And that one falls for Middleton.
Boy, for me, it's really been fun watching the evolution of Chris Middleton. I mean, a rangy two-guard who can really stuff the stat sheet.
Monroe's checked in for Henson. Middleton hits them both.
Boy, Chris Middleton is one of those really efficient guys. Stuffs the stat sheet. He's a smart player with his decision making and very efficient. Does all the little things that coaches like to see in a player.
Now here is Harris. He kicks to Millsap. Lock at 6. 3-pointer. Rebounded by the Bucks. 17 points was their biggest margin. Down low, Parker. And a great assist by Antetokounmpo as that one goes in. 16 points for Jabari Parker. The Nuggets trail by 13. And with Middleton, the numbers back up his impact beyond points and rebounds. The Bucks were a much better offensive and defensive team, Clark, when he was on the floor.
Yeah, he elevates the play of everybody because he's smart, he's selfless, he's skilled, and the fact that he's gone through some adversity and the way he's come back from that injury last season, it really gave that young Bucks team a lot of confidence.
The shot, no good. And Denver the other way now. Murray kicks to Harris. The shot by Chandler, wide open. Knocks down the 3-ball. Chandler's got 10 points in just the second half. Here's Brogdon. Monroe with a screen on Chandler. Down it goes. Nice one there from Antetokounmpo.
Just off the charts, incredible athleticism from Antetokounmpo. Fending off contact like a real pro.
Now here's Millsap. Left side Chandler. Over onto Antetokounmpo. They get it again.
Boy, and that is a bunch of rebounds for a player who's not the biggest guy out there.
Middleton against Harris. No one near him. A tad short, but it's good off the front iron. And it's 13 points for Chris Middleton.
Middleton is a 45% career shooter thus far. I mean, this is a guy you can't give any room to off picks especially.
Now here's Millsap. And the layup falls. Millsap's got 4 this quarter. Bucks leading by 12. Screen by Monroe. Monroe sets a screen for Parker. Jumper off the screen. That one wide left.
Yeah, that's just poor decision making. He's got to be better in those situations.
Greg, I just think he was in a hurry. He flat out rushed it. I mean, I don't know what he was thinking there. He actually was in a brain neutral position.
You know what? He's just stone cold right now. Really not sure if he's their best option offensively as they try to get back in this game.
Now here's Middleton. Here's Antetokounmpo.
And just not nearly as effective at drawing fouls on the defense as he was in that first half.
Shooting from Milwaukee, Giannis Antetokounmpo. At the line for 2.
Take a break. Take a break. 2 shots.
The first one falls. Both good from the line that time. Time called here. The Nuggets decide to talk it over. You have to like what we're seeing from Antetokounmpo.
I don't think the defense has an answer for him, Kevin. I mean, he's simply going off right now, knocking down everything. And now let's present our Jordan Player of the Game, Giannis Antetokounmpo.
And Kevin, it's a no-brainer. He's controlled every aspect of this game, and it's just so fun to see a player perform at a level that's just higher than anyone else out on the floor.
He silenced this crowd with an unreal display. His ability to drown out the noise and the hostility of an opposing crowd is pretty special. Okay, well, let's check in with David Aldridge, who's reporting from the sidelines.
Hey, guys, I was able to catch what Mike Malone said to his team. He is not happy with the sloppy play offensively. He said, make the easy play. Take care of the ball. We can't afford to just give away golden opportunities. We'll see if they can clean it up, guys.
They've shown some strength in the paint today. Their work on the boards has been impressive.
Guys, that's putting it mildly. I mean, they've been absolutely dominant.
Now here is Harris, following the miss by Giannis Antetokounmpo. And it's wide right, hits off the rim.
I think these are the shots he's got to avoid taking. I mean, already struggling. He's not helping his team right now looking at those shots.
Now here's Antetokounmpo. Here's Monroe. Throws it down as the official calls the foul. It may be a three-point play. Paul Millsap picks one up.
Man, impressed by the strength of Monroe there. Just ridiculous concentration to take the hit and get the shot to go.
One shot.
And that one falls for Monroe.
You know, the former Hoya Greg Monroe is a bruising big man who really imposes his will in the paint.
Murray with it. He feeds it to Harris. Jokic a screen. Chandler the pass to Millsap. 4 on the clock. Shoots over Monroe. That's short off the rim.
Boy, Kevin, he just clanked that one. I mean, surprising because the defense wasn't really in the picture.
Antetokounmpo kicks to Parker. Back to Antetokounmpo. Screen by Parker. Over Chandler. And it's Jokic with the rebound. The Nuggets trail by 17.
And this is what they wanted. I mean, to announce their presence in this matchup with authority, very decisive. It can definitely be considered a statement win for the Bucks.
This was a physical game.
Yeah, I mean, they were aware of the rotations defensively and were able to attack the rim.
And what a tremendous standout performance it was for Giannis Antetokounmpo.
Boy, I thought he did a little bit of everything out there tonight, Kevin. I mean, notching the triple-double in style. He was a difference maker.
Here's Parker, and a great assist by Brogdon as that one goes in. And the Bucks lead by 16.
Tremendous effort here on the road. That plane ride home is going to be sweet.
No doubt about it, partner, but unfortunately the flip side of that coin, the drive home for the hometown fans, going to be rather flat.
There's 38 seconds left to play here in the fourth. Parker left side. And they double up on Antetokounmpo. Parker with it. He's picked up by Millsap. Antetokounmpo can't get it to go.
That's what we're talking about in terms of the activity level defensively. You got to protect the rim.
Textbook defense all around. Nice job at contesting the shot without fouling, and that's how you do it. Well done.
Well, that's one way he can finish, but far from the only way he gets it done. He's got all kinds of tricks up his sleeve.
And so it's the Bucks taking care of business in this one. This was a very strong showing for him, Greg. Not necessarily a runaway win, but one they'll feel very good about.
And let's face it, anytime you can go on the road and win in the fashion they did, you have to feel good about it. Really an outstanding effort all the way around.
It's time now to go courtside as we send you over to David Aldridge from the sideline. David, take it away.
Thank you, Kevin. With Greg Monroe here. And Greg, what in the game plan allowed you to get this win tonight?
Well, I'm not sure how many turnovers we had, but we definitely want to limit that. And we wanted to make sure that we were in good position as far as defensively. We were always at help side. I think we did a good job of that tonight.
Yeah, you put a real wall in front of them all night, Greg. Thanks for your time. Kevin, back to you.
All right, David, great job. Thanks so much. For Greg Anthony, Clark Kellogg, and David Aldridge, this is Kevin Harlan. Thanks for watching this presentation of the NBA on 2K Sports. We'll see you next time.